Because I don't decide to start identifying as a trans man and then wake up the next day and suddenly have a hysterectomy, which means that anti trans legislation applies to me and reproductive restrictions apply to me. I don't need your permission to be valid, and neither does any other woman. As far as I'm concerned, trans women are also in this. As far as I'm concerned, 4B is an autonomous movement, just like Black Lives Matter and just like Antifa, with the understanding that certain voices need to be centered. And in something like 4B, that's going to look different for a lot of people. For some people, it's going to be everybody who has the capacity to give birth, which is all AFABs, which includes trans men. For some people, it's going to be people who are mainly targeted by patriarchal violence, which is all women. And for some people, it's going to be people who have the capacity to have sex with men, including gay and bisexual men. Cisgender men, I mean. And we are going to go into this knowing that the patriarchy hurts everyone. And we are going to go into this with the understanding that the people who experience social and legislative violence are the voices that should be centered. And right now, that is people with reproductive organs to do the childbirth thing, which is one of the tenets of 4B. If biological women in all caps is how you want to go about your section of the movement, there's nothing I can do about that, and I'm not going to try to. I do hope that somebody who's not down with that rhetoric comes along and makes a website that is way more inclusive of people, of all people, who are affected by the patriarchy. And a message to other trans people: don't let anybody tell you where you're supposed to be in an autonomous movement. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. And I do not care about drama and activism, especially not drama in autonomous movements. You can take this however you want to take it, and I'm going to go mind the business that pays me. And before I go, I want to remind people that just like progress isn't linear, people's gender journeys are not linear. There are some people who don't get HRT. There are some people who don't get surgeries. There are some people that they do whatever they want to do with their gender identity and their presentation. And all of those presentations and all of those processes for that individual are valid.